The main six begin their heist upon Cadillac Castle. Hold it! So what follows is the girls dividing and conquering to infiltrate the castle, and things go wrong relatively quick. I won't go into depth on every single aspect of this section, but suffice it to say, all these events were highly entertaining, and the funniest to me being Rainbow distracting Zephyr Breeze.
I'm part of the castle team now, so I'm basically... Whoa, we got a spooner!
It's good you're finally being honest with your feelings for me, Rainbows.
Seeing Rainbow dress in style and working off a self-absorbed guy like Zephyr is hilarious. However, I do have some more interesting observations that I once again cannot ignore. So apparently there's actually a shady bar just outside the castle called the Seedy Juice Joint. One, the royal guards investigate such a place. Also, apparently the secret entrance to the castle is public knowledge to the citizens of Canterlot. This is the epitome of worst kept secrets. Also, I would put up a counter for every time the guards abandon their post or do something stupid, but that would break within 5 minutes. All I will say is those guards better get their future endeavors in order, because if they're this easily distracted, they're not gonna be around for long.
Hold it! Not only that, but let it be known that when the heist actually starts, Shining Armor's security plan has already failed. Why? Simply because of Applejack being able to bring an entire stage with her to distract them. Take that!
And a one and a two and a... My love is like a barrel full of hay.
Props to Ashley Ball for suggesting AJ have a secret double life as a pony Hannah Montana, but minus points for it being too easy to sneak by with it. And further proving Silverquill's point that all equestrian security stinks. But yeah, as the heist continues, they discover that even going against the normal and expected isn't working out despite their best efforts. So what do?
Dude, we need guns, 'cause guns fix everything!
May I, Your Honor?
Why, of course, I thought you'd never ask. My leg.
I've always wanted to do that.
Jerk. Anyway, after everything's gone to hell, we come to a pretty fascinating revelation with Fluttershy and Spike trapped. More specifically, Spike saying he felt alone and forgotten during Twilight and Shining's sibling competition. Going back to their fullhood, Twilight was the one who hatched and raised Spike, and for all intents and purposes, is technically her adopted little brother. Now, growing up, Twilight does refer to Spike constantly as her #1 assistant. However, at no point canonically has she ever referred to him as her little brother. This is something I wish the show would have explored more, seeing their relationship as kids and how their bonds and adventures made them who they are today. At the start of the episode, Spike establishes how he's always wanted a chance at wearing the crown. In most of the flashbacks, he's with Twilight and Shining, but being too young, he couldn't be part of their sibling supreme competition. And when you really think about it, this episode is not just about big brother and little sister competing against each other, but also Spike wanting to prove himself to his older siblings, since he never got that chance. Even the part where Twilight and Spike race each other to Canterlot, it was a subtle but nice element complementing his desire to compete. This episode went from quirky, fun slice of life to a surprisingly in-depth and emotional episode, making it so much more complex and interesting.
I agree. This ending was just too sweet for words upon my initial viewing. I've always appreciated Spike and what he does, even if he wasn't always written the best in the beginning of the show. I know I touched upon the best of his character lightly when I was here last time talking about Princess Spike, plug, but regardless, it was such a joy to finally see him get validation, not only from Twilight, but Shining Armor as well. Even Kathy Westluck wanted to see more of the sibling relationship between Twilight and Spike, and it all wrapped up very nicely.
On to the finale, where Twilight and crew make it to the throne room, only to be thwarted at the finish line.
All I have to do now is fly over and take the crown, and I'll be sibling supreme forever!
Not exactly.
Oh, damn it!
Smug Armor continues to be awesome, and Luna being the inside mayor was a hilarious reveal, like something out of a Bond movie.
You two don't think you have the only sibling rivalry. I had an inside pony help.
You only live twice, Mr. Bond.
So basically, what we can take away from this whole exercise is that Spike, a baby dragon, is a tactical genius that can thwart an entire kingdom, and that the guards are all idiots. Future endeavors? But in all seriousness, it was a cute moment seeing Spike finally getting the crown, fully acknowledging his place in the family.
Hold it! While seeing Spike win the crown was great and felt well-deserved, I want to focus on Celestia and Luna for a second. As the series went on, we've seen their own sibling relationship experience highs and lows. Here, we see more little tidbits of them starting to lose patience with each other, which we haven't seen since Slice of Life and A Royal Problem. And with the big twist reveal of Luna being the inside mayor, kinda set off some speculations in my head, especially with how strained their faces looked near the end when Celestia suggests heightening security for inside the castle as well. No telling for sure what will happen, but could this be a sign of their falling out before Nightmare Moon happening again? With Luna progressively getting more irritated with Celestia's methods of doing things? Who can say for sure? We'll just have to wait till the series finale to find out, I guess.
So, how does the 200th episode hold up? Well, it's not as crazy or fan service filled as the 100th episode. Sparkle 7 was a simple yet very fun heist tale. The comedy was great, the visuals were dynamic, I love smug armored Celestia, and we got some interesting bonding with Spike and family. A fantastic episode.
Definitely. While Slice of Life was mostly fan service and trying to be as insane as possible, Sparkle 7 felt a lot more grounded and better intertwined with the overarching plot of the season. All nitpicks and questionable moments aside, this was a very fun watch and a wonderful way to cap off 200 episodes of a great cartoon.
Well, teleporter's all set. You ready to head back?
As ready as I'll ever be. Once again, this has been an interesting encounter, but hey, at least everything's all wrapped up.
Yes, sirree. No last-minute surprises here.
Indeed.
Yep, I love it when you know that absolutely nothing will come out of the blue and everything just goes your way.
You said it.
Well then, I guess we...
Objection!
Huh? Who said that?
What the? Honey? What are you doing here?
Don't you honey me! You left me sitting at the dinner table for hours!
Wait, how did you get in here?
Your stupid ship is parked right above our house!
Navigation appears to be a little off.
Shut up! Anyway, you haybrains forgot one of the biggest plot holes in the whole episode.
Wait, plot hole? What plot hole?
Allow me to explain, dear. The magic of Queen Chrysalis's chair and its magical enchantment on Canterlot Castle. Now, what did Shining Armor say again? Take that!
The castle is surrounded by shards of Queen Chrysalis's throne. Thanks to Star Swirl, its anti-magic powers are now tuned to stop any creature from using a spell to get inside.
So, what's odd about that?
Think about it. If we look at the facts about Chrysalis's throne from To Where and Back Again, then literally no pony should be able to use magic, period. Inside or outside, since the throne also soaks up magic from a distance, as Thorax stated. Take that!
Nothing other than changeling magic works here. Chrysalis's throne is carved from an ancient dark stone that soaks up outside magic the same way changelings soak up love. It's how she keeps the hive safe.
So, with all that said, Rarity should not have been able to rearrange the bricks to get into the underground tunnels, Luna shouldn't have been able to teleport the crown over to Spike, the Royal Guard shouldn't have been able to levitate their Royal Guard medals to get through each door, Twilight shouldn't have been able to use her illumination spells underground, hell, she shouldn't have been able to even levitate a frickin' flower! Don't get me wrong, this episode was really fun and very well written, but it just seems so weird that a major plot point in the season 6 finale is completely disregarded. Is it maybe because the throne is shattered that ponies are still able to use everyday magic outside the castle? Or did Star Swirl enchant it to make it so ponies can use magic inside the castle? We'll never know, because it's not explained!
Wow, that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, never thought of that.
I'm gonna go now. That cool?
Yeah, sounds good. Later, dude.
Okay, see ya. Hope you saved some shrimp for me, honey.
Oh, and by the way, batter up! That's for ruining date night!
Finland!